Yes, I'm back in Lincoln. Hey guys, today is Monday the 9th of January, and if you're wondering why every single time I sort of look away when that happens is because I slightly doubt that I know what the date is, and so I have to check my computer. Yeah, I got back to Lincoln last night at about, this morning at about 1:15 this morning, because I didn't leave Risborough until 10:30 at night because I was watching Sherlock, which if you watched it last night was amazing, but I will be talking about that later. Wow, sudden camera angle change. I decided that's quite relevant because there may be pictures appearing here at some point, so I figured it'd be a wise idea for me to maybe put this angle like this. George, you're off topic, get back on topic again. Okay, yes, I'll stay on topic. Yeah, today's one of those days where I've made a list of stuff to talk about, and it's an extensive list. Whoa, 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 look at the amount of text that I have to talk about. Yeah, basically the first topic is that I'm back in Lincoln. Yeah, it's been 4 weeks since I've been here, and my room seems really bare. Like, there's usually a lot more on the walls. I thought there was. Obviously nothing has changed, no one has come in and stolen posters, and if they have, I don't know what ones they've stolen. And yeah, so if you've stolen posters from my room, could you please bring them back, because I don't like my walls being naked, because that's weird. The first point, well, kind of the first point, is the fact that I can't find my flip camera. It has officially gone walkabout, so there will be no vlogging in an outdoor perspective for at least a week, or at least 8 days, for when I go back on the 17th of January. But yeah, not really sure where it's gone. I've checked Becky's house, I've checked my house, I've checked my car, and I can't find it anywhere. So yeah, if you find it, please let me know. If you're watching this and know me, and you know, have you seen my camera? I mean, I know it's a long shot, but it'd be really nice to get it back. Yeah, the first thing was, on my way into uni today, I noticed that there was a sports student wearing Hollister shorts on the way out. What I don't get is why sports students insist on wearing sports gear all the time. Is that like a mandatory thing? Is it like uniform for them? Because, like, I get it all, like, well done, you're sporty and you're probably massively in shape and massively toned and muscular, big effing deal. But why do they have to wear, like, Hollister shorts everywhere and be like, yeah, I'm just going to be doing some b-ball later with some of the guys, but look at my toned calves. And you're just like, no, f*** off. I then had a really, really pointless lecture in the morning from 10 to 11, which was read by Diane Charlesworth. And she is the most boring woman ever. Her voice is one of those very, like, hello, yes, I'm going to talk to you about this, and I'm going to raise my voice when I'm enthusiastic. Whenever I see her, I imagine her as the female version of the teacher from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, who's just like, Bueller, Bueller, Bueller. And she basically just read the module guide to us, which was really handy, because it's available online. I then went out into Primark to try and shop for some pants, but I couldn't find any because I only sold them individually because, like I said in the video a couple of days ago, or yesterday I think it was, when I was packing I couldn't find any of my clothes because they were all in the wash, and I have a distinct lack of pants. I've only got about 6 pairs of pants, and I'd like a week worth of pants, maybe 14 days worth of pants, because I like my pants. But yeah, what we had was like hilarious pun ones like choking hazard, stuff like that. I mean, who keep peanuts in their pants? Also, when I was out, I noticed there was a guy that looked scarily like my granddad who passed away 3 years ago, and I generally did a double take, and it wasn't like saddening or anything, it kind of made me smile slightly, but yeah, I noticed them around as well. I saw them first in Primark and then on the high street, and then on my way back from uni earlier I saw them by Tesco, so they'd spent the entire day together, which was quite cute. There was also as well, I've got this weird thought that I was walking out of Primark, and like sometimes, you know, when you walk past like police stuff and you're like, okay, let's act completely normal, don't draw attention to yourself, otherwise, you know, I'll get arrested for walking. But there was a security guard there, and what is with the necessity that companies like Primark and Marks and Spencer's and all this stuff seem to hire either very old or very overweight security staff? Like, I get it, they're meant to look intimidating, but if someone actually robs something, are they going to run after them? And if they do get killed, they're going to be like 2 days away from retirement anyway, because that's like the rule. I then went to Burger King, because I haven't been to Burger King in a while, and like I said, I wasn't going to have McDonald's for a bit, because I don't really want to go through eating McDonald's again, because the thought of it is making me feel a bit ill. But yeah, Burger King I think is kind of underrated fast food place, because I go there and the burgers are so much more higher quality, and like they taste just so much meatier and nice, and the chips, well, fries, are way tastier as well. But I was like in the middle of different like lectures or anything, and I couldn't like work out where a lot of my friends were, and so I wandered into town just to burn like the 45 minutes I had till my lecture, and I ended up eating by myself in Burger King, and it was quite not embarrassing, but it was like I felt really awkward. It's like that scene in Forgetting Sarah Marshall where Jason Segel goes to eat by himself, and Jonah Hill, the waiter attendant person, is like, you want to eat by yourself, really? And it's just like, yeah, just the one. And he's like, oh, okay. And he takes so much pity on him, like he's just found out he's like lost his job or something. And it was just really like that. I felt like everyone was staring at me, so I was just like, yeah, I'll quickly do this. I then noticed as well when I looked across that there was a guy who looked exactly like Carl Fredricksen from Up, and I was just like, oh, he's really cute. And then he was sat with another old lady, and I was like, oh, it's Ellie! But it was just a generic old man couple, because Up isn't real. Unless you count Russell from Up, he's real. Yeah, on my way back to the media building, I was listening to my iPod on my new headphones, and I heard Scotty Doesn't Know by Lustra, which is the theme song to Eurotrip, which is one of my favourite films. I hadn't actually seen it until a couple of years ago, and when I finally watched it, it was amazing. I thought it was one of the funniest films ever, and it's really, I know I've used the word underrated already when I was talking about Burger King, but it's a really underrated movie, and it's actually really funny, so you should really check it out. Then as well, when I was walking across, there was a girl who had a hoodie on that just said Sheldon, Raj, Howard, Leonard and Penny, and I was like, the hell? And it was written in Cooper Sans, because, you know, being a media student, we know all about typography. It was like a self-printed Big Bang Theory hoodie, and I was like, who goes to the time to do that? And I thought maybe it was from a Hindu or anything, but there was nothing written on the back, and I was like, that seems really, not sad, but weird. Like, why would you design it and design it that badly? Just writing the name of the characters on a hoodie, it just seems really strange. When I got to the media building, I decided to, because I had about half an hour to chill, that I was going to read a book that I bought. I actually bought 2 books when I was out in town after Burger King. I got My Bookie Book 2. I haven't read the first one, so I don't know if it's like a chronicle thing and it has like some kind of storyline to it, but I've heard the first one was funny, but I couldn't find the first one, but it was only 2. The second one was only £2, so yeah. And then I also bought Crocodile Tears, which is the next Alex Rider book, and I've been reading Alex Rider since I was about 12 or 13, and so like I can't just like, if one comes out, even if I'm like 25, I'm still going to buy it because they were just such a part of my life when I was a kid. They have like, I think this is their 7th one. Like, if you've ever seen the Stormbreaker film with Alex Pettyfer, yeah, it's rubbish, don't watch it, but that's what the first book is called, Stormbreaker. So they have 7 books: Stormbreaker, Point Blank, Skeleton Key, Eagle Strike, Scorpio, Archangel, Snakehead, and now Crocodile Tears. And I don't know if I finished the last one, Snakehead, but yeah, I'm gonna read that because they're usually pretty low quality in terms of like reading, but it's quite fun because it's quite easy going. But yeah, I sat in the media building reading My Bookie Book 2, so then people didn't see that I was reading a book that's designed for 13 or 14-year-olds for a 20-year-old to read. I noticed on the first page, this gave me a laugh. I open up, like, amazing cover art, like all that stuff looks really cool. And then on the main cover, it says, "To Katie, this is my past, you are my future." Now, Russell Brand is currently going through divorce proceedings with Katy Perry, which is why I found this quite funny, is just the fact that he's like, yeah, she's going to be my everything, she's like amazing, and now we're getting a divorce. What's really odd that surprised me about this book is how well written it is. Like, one of the things that I like about Russell Brand is that he's actually way smarter than he gets on, and his whole rock star thing is a complete persona. Like, he is actually unbelievably clever. Like, I'll give you an example. I was reading this and I was actually struggling to understand what some of the stuff was, but I'll read you a bit of it so you can see my struggle. "I was born to be famous, but it took decades for me to convey this entitlement to an indifferent world, and suspicious job centres both presumed me to a nitwit. Possibly with good reason, as I was brilliantly disguised as a scruffbag. Being anonymous was an inconvenience to me. My well-meaning chum, John Rogers, would offer kindly useless consultations. 'Do you think you'll like fame? You won't be able to go to supermarkets.' 'Oh, please,' I mockingly responded. 'No more supermarkets. Next you'll be telling me I'll be incessantly pestered by sex-thirsty harlots yearning to massage me out of my agony. That vainglorious sycophants will clamour to yawp odes of awe and wonder into my wealthy phizog, while fertile accolades and praise will avalanche the fields of my barren esteem, where now only bedraggled ravens hungrily drum the wretched dirt. I really want recognition.'" So that was the kind of thing that I was trying to read for like 20 minutes, and then eventually went up to the photography studio, realised that I didn't actually have a photography lecture at that point, and had to rush over to the main admin building to have my single cam lecture, which is my filmmaking module. In this lecture, which was another kind of pointless one where they just read the module guide out pretty much, and so he basically introduced us to our experimental module, which doesn't make much sense because we're doing a fiction piece next, and then experimental will be later on. But he at one point mentioned that it is a necessity for us to watch Sherlock. And I am so glad about that, because I'm in total agreement with him. He basically said how innovative the camera work and cinematography is, even though camera work and cinematography are basically the same thing, but never mind. It sounds like they're two separate things for people that don't know what they are. But he was like, the way that they do all the filming when Sherlock is like assessing everything that's going on and all this business is really good. And I was like, yes, yes it is, and everyone should watch it. And he said to everyone that they should hang their heads in shame if they haven't watched it before. And I was like, I am not hanging my head in shame, I held it high with pride, because proper bum Sherlock. Although yesterday's episode wasn't amazing. Like, I predicted it. I got like 2 predictions right. I was really proud of myself. But yeah, I'm not too fussed on that one. The first episode of the new block of 3, because they did 3 episodes. I don't know if it's a second series or a first series and a second series. But yeah, whatever the new thing was, it was, the first episode was the best, and the second one was petering. But then next Sunday will be another episode, and that'll make up for it, so that's all grand. And then my final thing that happened to me today was I went to a photography lecture with Adam O'Meara, who's my photography lecturer, and Clementine Monroe, who's the other one, and it was the first time I'd actually gone to this seminar, because I didn't know where the room was the first 4 times. I generally was searching all through the photography bit, and I couldn't find it, but eventually I did, and still didn't end up going to it. But this is the first time I went to, and it was really good, because they're giving us our new assignment, which is the family. This is amazing for me, and it's an opportunity that I cannot waste, because my sister getting married on the 27th of January is the ideal point in the production period that it can be placed. And so I'm going to use my sister's wedding as much as possible, not like take over per se, but do a fair bit of photography on it. And the best part is we don't have to do like printed pictures or like anything like that. We have to make a slideshow with backing music, and I already know what backing music I want to use, and it's all copyright free, and I really want to do this well. And then Stacey decided it would be a really good idea to underline in big biro marker the hand-in date and make sure that I got it in on time this time. And I said that if I do miss the hand-in date by more than 5 minutes, Stacey has my sole permission to slap me in the face. So yeah, that's about it from me today. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. And roll credits.